Did you know that English had to reinvent the second person plural pronoun? I remember when I was in school, one of my teachers told a funny story about being in a restaurant. Waitress comes to the table and asks, "How y'all doing tonight?" And he mockingly responds, "We's fine." And even at the time, I remember thinking, "You sound like a dick." And now that I'm older, now that I've studied linguistics, I still think he sounds like a dick, and I also think he is incorrect. Many languages have two second person pronouns, one to refer to single people and one to refer to groups of people. In French, the singular would be tu, and the plural is vous. And in linguistics, we call this distinction between these two pronouns the TV distinction. And English also used to have a TV distinction. The plural was you, which is the pronoun that we still use. The one that referred to a single person was thou. Nowadays, we really only use thou in archaic contexts, like if we're trying to be like faux medieval or if we're reading the Bible. But why did English get rid of thou? When we say that in French vous is plural, we mean that vous is grammatically plural. It is conjugated as if it is a plural, in the same way that a table is grammatically a woman. From a pragmatics perspective, that's not actually the case. In many languages with the TV distinction, using the plural is considered more polite. So while vous can refer to a group of people, it can also be a polite way to refer to a single person, which is why if you're meeting somebody that you've never met before, the way you would ask, "How are you?" is to say, "Comment allez-vous?" Not because they're multiple people, but because it is more polite. And that's basically why English phased out thou. You was considered more polite and people wanted to use it in a wider array of contexts. So English did have two second person pronouns, one singular and one plural, but we got rid of the singular and used the plural for everything. This creates a problem. Have you ever been in a group of 3 or more people and someone said, "You go over there," and you had to ask, "Just me or both of us?" It turns out it's useful to be able to distinguish between you singular and you plural. And when something is useful but doesn't exist in a language, often it gets invented, or in this case, reinvented. So people started saying you all to refer to the group, which then eventually got shortened to y'all. I've also heard people say use, which seems pretty similar. You take you and you make it explicitly plural using our normal plural formula of adding an S. And you cannot like those plural pronouns. You can think that they sound dumb, but you have to recognize that they are solving a genuine problem.